Welcome to RPG TV, where Red Pill meets gaming. I'm your host, RPG, and of course, we got my co-host.
Rain.
You know who it is. Got a lot to talk about tonight. Let me turn my mic down. I don't want to be bursting nobody's ears. We got a lot to talk about tonight, so. Oh yeah, most definitely. So, I hope the mics and everything is being picked up.
Mine is looking pretty good.
So tonight, of course, I want to talk Ciara and her new song promoting independence for women when she's living a completely different life. And what Jess Hilarious and other people got to say. You know what I'm saying? She was getting criticized heavily for that. Did you hear about that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about it tonight. Also, I want to kind of shed a little light on women understanding relationship attention versus sexual attention from men and what the difference is. So that's something else we're going to get off into tonight. And another topic is we got to talk about it, man. We got to talk about post clarity because it is real. Yes, it is real, baby.
Something serious too.
That post clarity hit, bro. Shit, it's just different, bro. But anywho. You know, and then of course I want to dive into a little bit of how to raise daughters when you're a man. You know what I'm saying? How to raise daughters. Do you raise them to be independent of men, or do you raise them to live coherently with a man? You know, so that's the stuff that we're gonna get into tonight, guys. All right, so here's what Jess Hilarious had to say about the whole topic of Ciara and her new song, right? So let's see what
She's trying to live up to this hot girl, city girl shit. I'm talking about we walk around, fuck these niggas, pop this pussy, get this money, fuck a bitch. And our fucking leaders are in love. These bitches in whole relationships. These bitches teaching us how to hop on and off dicks, steal money from niggas while they sleep, how to finesse a nigga out of his drugs so we can go sell it. And they over here living happily ever after. We keep standing at the bottom of the steps waiting for Megan and City Girls to drop more songs with more instructions on how to fuck our lives up. These bitches is rich and in love, bitch, and we broke and single. Well, I ain't broke, but I'm for the people, so I'ma act broke today. Megan, you wanna help us? Rap about how you got money back, yo. Young Miami is happily in love with a nigga who says she ugly with her wig off. If that ain't love, I don't know what the fuck is. Nikki, how did you get Kenny? Cardi, how you still going strong with Offset? Iggy, how did you get Playboy? That's like taking relationship advice from a single bitch. Come on. Bitch, you want us to be hot girls, but y'all having a Ciara summer. Shit.
Okay, so in Ciara's new song, matter of fact, okay, better yet, let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. Let me go ahead and pull that thing up. And you two, please don't flag me. We're gonna do this. We're gonna try to be very careful with how we pull this bad boy up. Let's see. All right.
Play it from your acapella. Play the girls from your acapella up front on the first half, and then on the second half, drop the beat in.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
This is for the girls getting money. This is for the girls that don't need no man. This is for the girls that love herself. This is for all the girls that done did it by themselves. This is for all the girls that's INGEPENDNT. This is for all the girls that be living stress free. This is for all the girls on a mission like me. This is for all the girls around the world.
Yo, you know what? Hold on. I want to see if I could find a acapella version or some shit where she just can't. Yeah, cause I don't want to get flagged, man. I don't want to get flagged for this shit. Let's see. Is this?
Okay, so Andy, can you play it from your acapella? Play the girls from your acapella up front on the first half, and then on the second half, drop the beat in.
Shit.
This is for the girls getting.
No. Fuck.
Okay, so Andy, can you?
Let me see. Can we? Bro.
Okay, so Andy.
You know what? Well.
All right, so I can see the easy contradiction with her words of saying for all the single ladies who independent and getting it like me, bro, you married to one of the most perfect man ever.
Exactly. Yeah.
Toxic situation with Future, and now you're with a model citizen.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, and he's saying all the girls out there like me.
Ooh, very good thing, because I didn't.
Woman, you're married to a model citizen.
Right. I didn't even catch on to that line that she said when she goes, for all of the women getting it like me. And then she said something about keep them on their toes. Now, okay, look, I understand it is entertainment because a lot of people say, well, you got a lot of rappers out there that's talking that shit and they ain't doing it. Well, King Von changed that shit, didn't he? But anywho, I understand this. I understand this entertainment, right? But when you listen to Jess Hilarious, she had mentioned Cardi B. She had mentioned the City Girl, Beyonce. You know, the people that a lot of young ladies look up to. She had mentioned, and the thing that you got to take from that is this: they're promoting an idea or a lifestyle that they're not living, and I understand that they may not be living it ain't all about how they're living because it's entertainment, but at the same time, it's detrimental to society to act as if the ideal way of life for a family is to be a single parent. It's not the ideal thing to do to be out here trying to do it by yourself, especially as a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the only thing I would have to say in there when it comes to artists making songs. A lot of their songs are dictated by their label. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I understand that they don't write a lot of their songs. They don't write a lot of their stuff. So that is a good point.
Like, who was the creator of that song? Like, I mean, I know they'll show like who the lyricists who wrote the lyrics and the producers and all that. I'm curious how much involvement she had with the creation of the lyrics, but also like, why didn't she like, hey man, this doesn't represent who I am or what I am.
And yeah, exactly. We don't want to promote that type of. We don't want to. We've seen enough single parenthood, especially in the black community. So yeah, I don't want to put that out there because here's the thing: when you have a voice as big as Ciara, Cardi B, Beyonce, the City Girls, or Young Miami, you have the power to. You have the power to incite change in the way that people look at things. Mm-hmm. Like, you are people will follow you. When you have a following, people gravitate towards your message. So if your message is propagating to be single and on your own, I'm sorry. Now, if you're a multimillionaire female, okay, one thing, but it's still a struggle because when you look at cases like, who is it, Amber Rose and Wiz Khalifa. Now, they would have been great together, and I'm sure they're still doing fine not being together because I know they do the co-parenting thing, but that...
I didn't know they had a kid together.
Yeah, that unity, dude, that unity is... is something more powerful when you got that traditional nuclear family, man, when you see how a man is supposed to act and how a woman is supposed to treat a man, and I don't know. I think there's stats show that kids do a lot better in those type of households, and of course you can't always dictate what the other parent is going to do. So, you get unfortunate situations, but promoting it is one thing, so.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. Okay. So yes, it ain't always going to be perfect, right, but don't promote imperfection.
That's better.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
A really good way to word it. So yeah, man, I guess that's my and she got a lot of flack for that. She got a lot of heat. Jess Hilarious wasn't the only person who spoke up about it. It was a lot of her fan base and a lot of other people really lambasting her and getting on to her about that. And I think she had came back with her opinion about what people are saying about it. But yeah, I mean, that's just my take on it. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but it did make headlines in the social media, so I figured it was worth talking about. Yeah. But yeah, you do got a good point,
Stick to the guns, man. Stick to the truth. Don't be out here playing that, popularity, that popularity game, or trying to just be true to who you are. And you are not a single parent. You are not a single woman. You have a great man. You should be grateful to God. You should be promoting full, nuclear families, as my brother says. You should be promoting that kind of thing. Don't be promoting single parenthood where you got these bitter behind moms who want to keep the fathers out the children's lives and don't want to let them see their kids type mess. Like, don't do that. Like, don't do that. Do better, please.
Right, because Yeah, I mean, you made a great point, man. I ain't got I can't even I ain't got nothing else to say about that. You just made a great point. So yeah. All right, so now that we finished that segment, you know what I'm saying, we wrapping it all up with this whole Ciara fiasco. Now I want to dive into, and this one's definitely for the ladies. This one right here, we have to get into it. The difference between relationship attention versus sexual attention. Now, here's why I wanted to bring this up, bro. Because you got a lot of ladies that be like, I got mad niggas in my DMs. I got mad niggas checking me out. I got mad likes on my shit. I got mad dudes following me. I got options. Do you? Do you? Are they the kind of options that you desire? Are they the type of men that you desire? Because if not, here's the thing. Here's the goal ultimately that I see when it comes to a woman. Now, men it's a little bit different, but we're going to get into that. A woman's options sexually is not a thing to be proud of. And here's why. Because I believe that a woman her value to men is in her beauty and her chastity. So it's just like having a very rare car. As long as that car never drives off the lot, it preserves its value. But the moment it drives off the lot, and then somebody else drive it, then somebody else drive it, and then it done racked up miles and miles and miles, its value diminishes. You know, it's still usable. You know, it's still functional, but its value diminishes a little bit. So when a woman is out there talking about how many men she has in her DMs, you have to siphon through all of those guys that you say are viable options, because I'm sure they're not all the type of men that you would desire. 1 out of 10. Exactly, you know.
Probably at best.
Right. So what's your take on that? What do you see the difference being in a man being attracted to a woman, or what are the cues for a woman to know, oh, he's attracted to me sexually, he's attracted to me seriously? What are some of the things as a man can you say to women?
My thing is, it's difficult to separate the two, because a man, first of all, is going to be attracted to someone he does view sexually. Like me, I'm going to just be honest. I can't speak for everybody else, but me, I'm not interested into a girl like that unless I see her as a potential partner. You know what I mean? Now, once I get to know her, then I'll have that kind of like relationship attraction to her. Because, I mean, she might be visually pleasing to the eye, and that might make my wee-wee hard. You know what I'm saying? However, if I don't know her, you know what I'm saying? If I don't know her spirit, her mindset, her goals and ambitions, how she operate, if I don't know those things, I'm not going to want a relationship with her. You know what I'm saying? She might end up just being a piece of tail if I'm, you know what I'm saying, being the kind of dude I was a couple years ago. But the man I am now, like, I'm trying to get to know you first before I know if I want to be in a relationship with you or not. You know what I mean? So men are sexually attracted to women and they go for them. But I also feel like it's how the women handle men, because a lot of women, they just be giving it up. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't nothing on the first, second day. And like you just said, like the moment you do that, that value depreciate. And then I know I don't want to jump ahead. We can get to our next segment, but that post-nut clarity, dudes would be all in love with you before they hit. Ooh. And then after they hit, it's like, all right, well, you have a good one. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like women got to do a better job of like holding men to a higher standard. That's something I've been wanting to say for a long time to a lot of people. Like, women allow a lot of foolishness from dudes and vice versa, but we're talking about them right now. But, you know, women allow dudes to just take them out one time and then, you know, whatever happens after that, because they already want to get nasty too. They don't realize, but when a dude get nasty and a girl get nasty, it's two different levels to it, because a dude might just be seeing you as a piece of tail, and a woman's viewing you as, oh yes, he's a potential protector and provider, and it's like, no.
I believe that by the time a woman actually, so this is, and this is the game, right? I believe that by the time a woman actually gets to that point sexually, so once again, we're trying to get women to understand how to decipher relationship attraction versus sexual attraction. So I always thought in my head, what does a man value? What does a woman value? Or what are her values that she has to offer? And what is a man's value that he has to offer? I think that the thing that men cherish is their attention, their resources, and their time. So if a man is attracted to you, but he's not willing to share his attention, his resources, and his time with you, then you're not the one. Because when a man is spending time with you, just as you said, he's trying to get to know you. He wants to know your mind. He wants to understand how you think. He wants to understand your interests because he wants to be, I know it sounds cliche, but you're everything in a sense. He wants to make sure that he can maneuver in a way that benefits that woman. Because I believe men are natural givers. So when a man is interested in you in a relationship, he'll take his time. He'll take his time. The questions will be genuine. Now, when a man is...
I feel like you should say when a gentleman, because there's a difference between gentleman and man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt the flow, bro.
No, you good. So, but yeah, it's now that sexual attraction, men are going to be instantly attracted to you sexually because that's just, we are turned on by what we see. So it's not something to cheer over for a woman when a man is just, attracted to him. Because all attention ain't good attention. All attention ain't the type of attention that you really want to garner. So the sexual attraction that a man has, and it's because we're very vague in our attitude and our behaviors. So like, okay, for instance, if I'm trying to get at a shorty and I just want to smash, sometimes I could be very forward. And a lot of women have that 90-day rule where they're like, well, I'm not gonna let him do nothing for 90 days. But if he's it's all kind of crazy shit.
Say it,
yeah,
it's just never been applied to me.
To you, right. So but
God forgive me.
women gotta also understand that when you dealing with like somebody who's who get around, he'll pretend that he's waiting 90 days, but he's smashing chicks on the side until you get ready. Then and here's the thing, when that woman gets ready, this is where the ghosting happens because men get a little bit frustrated when he has to think about all the shit that he has to deal with just to get that one piece of you, and then he gets it and he's like, all right, what deuces? I did all this shit for that. You know what I'm saying? So women really have to understand, and I understand it's very hard to distinguish the two because a guy is going to pretend that he's into you. So, I mean, is there anything else that you want to point out to that? Because, like I said, I understand it's very difficult for a woman to understand the difference between sexual attraction and a man and relationship attraction. Yeah. Like I said, I think the relationship attraction is something, a slow process. And it's really weird because sometimes you can have sex and it'll turn into a relationship right away.
That's all I'm about to say. That's something I was going to hit on. Like, a lot of times at first, like, relationship attraction is, like, once you done feel this person out, like, you done kind of vetted them, hopefully sex aside, like, actually, hold on. I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say this. Sex included, because I've been in situations where I've had sex with a girl and I've been like, yeah, I'm just going to have to leave you alone.
Yeah.
For better or for worse, like, for whatever the reason was, I was like, yeah, this is not gonna work between us. I've become turned off to you from like that, like I want to be with you aspect based on how you perform.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for better or for worse, but I forgot what I was gonna say. Go ahead.
So it's kind of strange, man, because I think it was Patrice O'Neal who said, women have to like you to fuck you. Men have to like you to fuck you again. And I think, and that's where, I think that's where women get, I think that's where women get messed up at, because it's like you want to decipher it, but you don't really get the truth of who a man is until he has sex. I hate to say it because a lot of times there's times where, and this goes into the whole post-nut clarity. We just gonna segue into it because it's going there. A lot of times you could, dude, you ever have a chick and before you fuck her, you like, yo, man, I like this girl, man. She is this and that, and then you smash, and right after you skeet, you immediately go, ooh. And black people know this. This is a key phrase when niggas don't want you around. So shit, what you finna get into? What you about to do? Cause that mean
What Wayne said, it's like when I come to my senses, man.
Dude, he was telling the truth when he said that. He was telling the truth, bro, because the truth of the matter is, man, right when you bust a nut, but here's the weird thing about it. You ever smash a chick, bust a nut, and you be like, ooh, I don't like this bitch. But for some odd reason, even if you don't make that clear that you don't like her, the dynamic is she's chasing you. She always wants your attention. Like, the more you like, oh my God, I don't even like this girl like that. I think that depends on how
much you know what I'm saying, please her. You know what I'm saying? Because if you ain't about shit, she gon', excuse my language, but she gonna use you.
You'll know right away if the relationship. Okay, here's how you know if things are going good after you smash. If you dip out and she's calling you and texting you, you got security. If she, or better yet, if you're too, and then let's say you smash and all you doing is thinking, you can't stop thinking about her. And you get super eager and you start texting her, calling her, and she's leaving you one-word messages and, well, I got something to do. She's making, because remember, at first she was making excuses to get you. Now she's making excuses to get rid of your ass. You didn't put it down. You didn't do your job, buddy. But yeah, man, that post-nut clarity, bro. That's, and I think it was on Joe Rogan. Matter of fact, let's pull this clip up of Andrew Schultz on Joe Rogan.
Women will never understand post-nut syndrome. I do not think
describe
they
post-nut
understand it.
syndrome because this is something exclusive to us.
Yes.
And,
well,
like, I don't know I like you until I come.
Yeah, it's true.
Right?
Yeah.
You do not know,
Yeah.
and that's why it's so fucked up. Like when women think we're fuckboys or we're pieces of shit as dudes. It's like you don't get it. I think I like you.
Right.
Everything I'm saying to you, I believe.
Right.
And my dick is just like, yeah, we're gonna find out. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna see. And there are times where you nut, and it's like, damn.
Yeah, you realize you made a mistake, especially if the woman is really into you and you're really not into her, and you're like, oh, I made an error. And then you do feel like an asshole.
Yeah.
But if you say that to them, they're like, you're a fucking asshole. I'm like, I'm just being honest with you.
Biology.
I got tricked
Yeah.
by genetics.
Yeah. Why can't that be my biology? Why can't I feel?
So for women,
Yeah.
let me explain what this is like.
Yeah.
You have this.
It's like finding out your guy was poor.
This is what it's like. This is how I describe it. Having an erection and getting excited is
Right.
like sitting in the back seat of a really long bus.
Okay.
And there's some other guy up there driving the bus. Most of the time, you're driving the bus. Not when your dick is hard. When your dick is hard, there's some other guy driving the bus. And all the windows are rolled down. There's papers flying around. The horns honking. Dun, dun. And you're looking at life taking place through a dirty windshield 100 feet away from you. And you're like, do you even know where the fuck you're going?
We passed the stop.
And your dick's like, just shut the fuck up and calm down. I got this. And then when you come, all of a sudden, the fog parts, and you're at the front of the bus holding the wheel.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? What am I doing here?
Yeah.
How'd I get here? Ah! And you look down at your dick. You motherfucker.
Bro, it's being a werewolf.
Yeah, it is being a werewolf.
Right? Like,
I just want to say this. Man, look. Okay, he said a lot of things right there. He was like, I don't know if I actually like you, but I don't know until after I come.
Yes.
Right. Here's my take on that. I feel like when you properly date somebody, you can know if you like them independently of sex. I actually think that's exactly how it should be. You should be the 90-day period thing, I think, is in theory a good practice. However, I'm gonna be honest, I personally don't know of anybody who's actually waited 90 days. Maybe one person who I think, but that's because she has so many options. She can make you wait 90 days. You know what I mean? However, like me personally, that's something that's never actually happened. You know what I mean? That's because I was a different kind of person back in the days. But you know what I'm saying? Now, I would take my time to get to know somebody. I know within a week how much I like or dislike you. Man, I know off one good phone conversation on whether I like you or not. Now, whether I want to smash is a whole other question. Because I cannot like you that much and still want to hit.
But I think we're now speaking as adults, right? Like as a grown man, you know, you begin to play down that nature of you where the mind becomes, I don't want to say it's stronger than your primitive desires, but as you get older, you kind of slow down as a man. You look for something deeper as a man. But when you do have options, you know, I think the roles reverse when you're a man. Like, I think if you're what they consider a high value man and you're out here making money, you now, because, okay, when you're broke, your value is based on, okay, how many chicks can you smash? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, I know I'm relating this to money and that don't make sense all the way, but I'm just saying, when you're just a young gun out there, you just want to see how many girls can you smash. Do you have the ability to smash? Because that plays a point in a man's value as well. Do you have the ability to smash? It's different. It's different if you're a guy and, okay, so you got two type of guys. You got one guy who can smash. He can look at a girl and go, yeah, I'm hitting that tonight. And he hits it. Then you got a guy who goes, I want to hit that tonight, but I stand no fucking chance. So here's the thing. Let's say both of these guys are high value men. The onus on the guy who has the ability to smash, now he becomes like that young woman. Now his value is based on, can he refrain from doing that? Because he is looked at completely differently now. So it doesn't make, I know a lot of people going to go, man, when you get money, nigga, you going to go out there and smash as many chicks as you want. That's true.
If you ain't got no self-control.
You know, but yeah, I don't know. It's like it's kind of a conundrum, because like I said, when you're high value, you don't want to just be smashing any and everybody. It's more like like I said, you become that beautiful young woman who has to preserve their value, and you only give attention to those women who are very classy or very upper echelon. You know, you may still smash chicks, but they're gonna be upper echelon type chicks, and it's gonna be more of a classy thing. So I think I'm a man. I think it swaps as a man goes up in status and things like that. Because now you got girls chasing after you. Now just think about it. Chris Brown could probably smash any chick that he wants, but now he has to, just like a young lady who's cute, he has to go, okay, does she only want me for my money, or is she into me because she's really into me? So now you got to exercise discernment a little bit differently as a high value guy. Right. Whereas when you were, you know, just a regular schmegular, you know what I'm saying, dude, you like, shit, I got options, and I'm smashing everything, you know. But the difference is, you know, now you can only say that about a guy who can smash a chick, that he has to exercise discernment, because you can't be a boastful motherfucker. I don't smash chicks. I'm very picky about who I smash. And it's like, but you really can't fuck a lot. You can't do it. It's different when you don't have the option to do it. Like, so what? The onus, I guess the focus is on the guy who can smash but decides, yeah, I'm gonna chill out. You know what I'm saying? I'm worth a little bit more. I gotta watch how I move now, you know, because chicks just be after me because my dough. So I gotta move a little bit differently. I can't be frivolous like I was back in the day. But the guy who can't get pussy, he can't have that same attitude. It's like, nigga, you don't get pussy no way. So like who cares?
As I've gotten older, I've had to realize what I'm capable of. Because when I was younger, like when I was less valuable. Like as I've matured now, like I'm, into my manhood, 32 years old, as opposed to when I was like 19, 20, I didn't really have too much to offer, like at all. And neither did women that I knew of find me as attractive. As I've gotten older, like 28, 29, 30, 31, like it's on a different level now. Like now I have to stay away from people because I know, what I'm saying, how women be. Like, I mean, I done had girls tell me, like, the first time they saw me, they said to themselves, I'm going to smash him. You know what I'm saying? Then they went to, like, trying to, like, come around and start talking, get their way in the door. And I'm like, dang, I mean, as a dude, I ain't never looked at a girl and said, I'm going to smash her. And it has happened. Like, for the most part, all of the girls I've ever been with, I never even thought that I would ever even get them. You know what I'm saying? It was low-key like they chose me. Right. You know what I'm saying? And they just like, when a girl wants you, she'll put herself in position to get you. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But as I've gotten older, I've learned how to not just allow anybody into that position. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like I'm so isolated that I don't really have no options. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't be talking to nobody. Right. You know what I mean? That was a girl at Publix this morning. My goodness. My goodness. And I just said hello to her, man. I didn't even talk to her, man. And I know I could have threw a little compliment. Oh my God, I love your hair. I like that shirt. Like, I could have threw that out there real quick. And right after that is, what's your name? Where you from? You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have went gradually up from there, huh? And I'm just in that point in my life where I'm just so content and focused on accomplishing our goals. You know what I mean? Like, we got things we're trying to do. And I learned from 2021, these women will come into your life and they will lead you way off course from where you've been trying to get to. You know what I mean? So I can't make that same mistake that Samson and Solomon made. Like, I got to stay focused and stay on my track. Like, because I know if I get to where I need to be, the people who need to be around me going to be there. Right. You know what I mean? And, I don't have time for any more deviations. I've BS'd enough of my life. I'm about to be 33 in April. Like, me and my kids want to be traveling the world, homeschooled, having different houses in different countries. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be living in this apartment. No more. Right. I'm trying to have $1 million, a couple million in the bank by next summer. I'm working on the painting right now. I already done said, I'm selling this $10 million. Come get it. When I finish that table, 10 million. Whoever got it can get it. And that's it. Like, it's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not making no more exceptions. I'm not playing myself short. I'm not going back to my old ways. I'm constantly headed forward and looking forward. And that comes in every aspect. I'm being better with how I spend my money, who I spend my time with. You know what I'm saying? Like, my cousin got these 12 pillars. Whenever we get a chance, I got to put you on my cousin Purcell Gaskins. Shout out Purcell Gaskins. He's got these 12 pillars. And the first pillar is I will invest in myself based off who I'm around. You know what I mean? What I put my attention to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And there's one more thing. I got to write it down. But the whole aspect of it is I'm going to make myself better by who I engage with and who I have around and the things that I do. I'm going to invest in myself. And it's easy to get a bad investment when you're dealing with women. Especially when we talk about post-nut clarity. Like, I done spent how much money on this girl? Took her to how much just to get this thing one time and realized,
yeah, it ain't even like that. But I think that a man, and that's the dangerous thing about men, and I'm glad I wanted to have Antonio on tonight, and the reason being is because when you're young and you get caught up in love too early before you have yourself established, and this is not a jab at him, but because I done it, when you fall in love young, before you get yourself established financially, before you get that life experience, and of course being young, you have to get the experience to have the experience, but when you got people that will point you in the right direction in which you should go based on the mistakes that they've made, it's wise for you to go, okay, I hear what you're saying. I'm going to go ahead and take that advice. I don't know where it leads me. I know I may feel in opposition to what you're saying, but I know that you wouldn't steer me down the wrong direction because You've been there. So a man could easily get deterred from his goals and his aspirations when he engages with a woman way too early. So yeah, like that's just that right there is just something that I think men need to just stay focused on. You have to develop yourself, because once you develop, I always look at it like this: everything is an order. Life is an order. It's man focus on, when a man focuses on himself and the things that he's trying to build, he can facilitate a woman. So when you build yourself, women will follow, because men want women, women want things. If you acquire things, women want things, they'll come to you. You know?
Like Napoleon Dynamite said, girls like guys that have skills. And skills make you money.
Exactly, man. And that's why I'm going to interview some of the guys from, from Columbus Tech and things like that, because we want to get guys in a position to understand that learn a trade that keeps society going. Once you get into something that keeps society going, you'll always have a job.
Because you'll always be relevant. You'll always be needed.
Absolutely. So, I guess that's that segment. But on a more fun shit, I know y'all heard about not Tyson Fury, but Tommy Fury and your boy Jake Paul going at it tomorrow. Yo, listen, I took the wrong day off. I took today off. I should have took tomorrow off, because it's going down. I know y'all saw the weigh-in. The weigh-in got crazy. As a matter of fact, we're going to pull it up right now.
I'm not a hater by any means. I am a hater, Cap. I love hating. It's fun. But I don't know, man. At this point, I'm so over Jake Paul shenanigans. I would have liked to see him fight a boxer who actually
A little bit more seasoned.
Yeah, because of like the way he boasts himself up, he make it seem like he's really, really talented. I think I'm not gonna sleep on him because he's big and he's got an attitude. You know what I'm saying? That's a dangerous thing, because it don't matter how big you is, a punch hurt. Yeah. And now a person who punching you with an attitude, like they trying to hit you for real. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
you got skills, you got movement.
Building up skills for a long time. I think it's about 5 or 6 years he's actually been training. You know what I'm saying? So he is getting to the point where he's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think against a decent boxer, he probably still get dusted. You know what I'm saying? But you don't think Tommy Fury possesses the skills needed to take him out? I'm gonna be honest. I never knew who Tommy Fury was prior to him talking trash with Jake Paul. Did you?
I ain't gonna cap, bro. I ain't gonna cap. I didn't know, but once I heard that he was Tyson Fury's brother, I go,
that don't mean shit.
I'm just hoping that he got the same spirit and the same dedication to the craft.
Anything like his brother, he'd be a champion already. And he is not.
True that. All right, we'll check it out. Let's check out the weigh-in. Let's see how things are going.
Bro, look.
So all right, so we got Jake Paul and Tommy Fury's weigh-in. Let's check this out.
The limit is 185. Contracted. 184.5 for the undefeated
He's a big boy.
Tommy P.N.C. Fury. 183.6. 183.6 for the problem child, Jake Paul.
Somebody that knows something about it. And I will ask now.
You didn't want to sign the contract. No. You didn't want to sign the contract. Your dad's the one manager. Your dad's the one manager. You didn't want to sign the contract.
Whatever, Tommy.
We start shoving each other or something.
Oh, he's just putting. How they pushing?
Everybody, please listen to your boy.
That's enough of that. But man, you know what, dude? I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm kind of excited to see what the end game or what the end result is gonna be.
Can I please just read off Tommy Fury's record?
Yes, read it off. Let's.
Sounds impressive.
Mm-hmm.
He's 8-0. He's never been beaten. But his first 4 fights, look at the records. His first opponent was 10 and 102. This man won 10 fights, lost 102. That was his first fight.
How the fuck you have 100?
But listen. This is his second fight. 0 and 26. A third fight. 2 and 26. This is his first 3 fights, bro.
Man.
Fourth fight. 0 and 11. Fifth fight. 0 and 9. This is the point I'm making. Tommy Fury is not all that great of a boxer.
Oh, man.
So I'm saying, now I will admit that his last fight, his 8th fight, that guy was 10 and 1. And I'm assuming he gave him that one loss. But it's a common thing in boxing that when you first go pro, you fight scrubs. Like you fight people to patch your stats.
You know what? To be honest, if I'm gonna be honest, let's say that all of Jake Paul's fights were legit and they weren't set up like a bunch of conspiracy theorists try to say that they were. Let's just say that they were legit. They were real. They weren't. They weren't. They weren't. What's the fucking word I'm looking for? They weren't thrown or setups.
I mean, they were all MMA fighters.
True. But let's just say that they were real. Okay. Would you argue that Jake Paul's record and who he fought with their records and their history and backgrounds is a little bit more impressive than Tommy Fury's? The shit that you just read off of Tommy Fury, the bunch of nobodies.
Yes. However, when you consider these are MMA fighters, no, because a boxer just straight throwing hands is not the same thing as a dude who used to kicking, tackling, and rolling, only throwing hands. Right. You know what I mean? Because what you're really doing is you stripping them of all their advantages.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because like Ben Askren, when he knocked Ben Askren out, Ben Askren is a fucking wrestler.
Right.
What's his name? Tyron Woodley is a wrestler. Anderson Silva, he's well rounded, but
Anderson Silva is, first of all, anybody who watched that fight can tell. I mean, I will say this: the knockdown was legit. He caught him. And he a big boy, like we already said. However, Anderson, you could tell Anderson was pulling punches. I remember Anderson caught him with a straight left, and he threw it and tapped him. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen Anderson throw that punch through people's face, and you can see him kind of tapping with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm hoping, for the sake of conspiracy, I'm hoping that this is a real fight. I'm hoping that this is some real shit. I hope Tommy Fury isn't somebody who could be bought. I hope that he really fucking puts up a real fight. And here's the thing. I'm not saying that I'm against Jake Paul and no shit like that. I fuck with Jake Paul. But you dive into a sport, a dangerous sport, boxing, and and let's be honest, fucking Nate, what's his fucking name? Nate Robinson.
No.
Anyway,
First of all, he was 9 times bigger than Nate. Anyone who fights knows them pounds make a difference.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize he had such long arms. According to this thing, he got 85-inch reach. 85. That's what I'm saying. John Jones 6'4", he got 84-inch reach.
Yeah, this nigga got monkey arms.
But this is what I just seen. He got 85-inch reach. Tommy Fury got 81.
Tell her the tape usually shows that shit. So if they
got some actual gorilla arms,
it's a silverback, nigga.
Right. 85-inch reach. Boy, that's too dang on long. Yeah. If me personally, I'ma just have to give it to Paul off the momentum wave he got right now. He ain't stopped training. He's been training. He's been fighting, and he's been getting cockier and cockier. You know what I mean? He's been racking up W's, and in the meantime, he's been progressing. It's not like he stopped training. Like you only get better the more you do it. Right. You know what I mean?
And he's still a very young guy. What is he, like 20, what is he, 26? 24, 26, some shit like that?
He's 26. Yeah, you're right.
So, yeah, man. Oh, Tommy Fury's 23. See, they both got youth on their side. I'm looking forward to this being a good fight, man. I'm looking forward to this being a good fight. I also saw that who else was on the bout? It's really a good card. Yeah, it's really a good card. I think that's the main one because we know those names, but I think that Tommy Fury, because we don't really know his background like that. I think he's riding, like you said, that Paul is riding the wave of his accomplishments and things like that over the last few fights that he's had. So he's riding that wave. I think the wave that Tommy Fury is riding off of is the fact that he's related to his brother Tyson Fury. Because just be honest, if you go Tommy Fury, who the fuck is that? But then you go, oh, that's Tyson Fury's little brother. And you go, oh shit, Tyson Fury. So people will get excited at the fact that, oh, well, he's got to be just as decent as his brother.
You're not. Not with them. Not 0-26, 10 and 102.
How do you fucking have 100? Who fights that much and loses? Like
Taking falls.
This motherfucker, this motherfucker.
He's just a pro to pat stats, man. He had to take that fall and let you get that dub on your record.
Hell yeah. But you know what, man? Aside from boxing, I want to get into something else, and we can wrap everything up after this. Okay. So this, yeah. Yeah, but it should have. Yeah, but I was so excited about the fight. I said, "Fuck it." But yeah, I know this is a weird segue, but going into our last serious topic, I gotta mention this because I think some men or fathers may be crippling their daughters in the way in which they raise them, right? So, and it's difficult because you don't want to go against this type of thing, but it may be detrimental to her future. What the fuck is? Okay, there we go. Anyway, it might be detrimental to her future. So, shall we be raising our daughters to be independent of men in the sense of, teaching them how to do things that normally a guy would do so that they don't need a man? Or do we teach them those same values, but also with the cohesiveness of being with a man? And the reason I brought this up is because I'm going to tell you something that fucking bothered me, bro. When my 11-year-old daughter, when my wife told me my 11-year-old daughter had her fucking first period, and I was out of the loop. I didn't even know. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, wow, she's this early? And it just made me.
My homegirl got hers at 8.
Like it just I don't know. It just kind of. I felt differently. You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow, my baby is like capable of having a baby. It just bothered me mentally a little bit, like, and like now I feel like I have to be way more protective. Now it's like I gotta really be like, no, come here, daddy got you. This is a scary world out here, and you're becoming a woman, and I don't want to let you go. So I'm gonna give my perspective on what I think, how I think things should go. Because me and my mother was talking about this, and I notice a lot of women make very bad decisions when it comes to dating because they utilize their emotions to determine whether or not this guy is a viable candidate or not. And then when things don't work in their favor, they become a little jaded after so many of those things, or so many of those experiences. So how I think things should go is if you have brothers, ladies, if you have brothers, if you have a father, uncles, guys in your life that care, and I'm not going to say friends because we know about friends is a little sketchy. What is, just men in your life that you know for a fact don't want to smash you. Your brothers and your fucking father. Okay? They should be the ones vetting the guys. I think a daughter should stay up under the umbrella of her father until she has whoever it is that she considers a viable candidate to be vetted by the brothers and the father. The reason I say that is because, like I said, women make decisions emotionally when it comes to men. So I can remember growing up, and you sometimes you have a cousin or whatever, and they got a boyfriend, and you just go, because you looking at you got the best interest for your cousin, you go, cause I don't think dude is good for you. Now, it's always met with some level of contention. It's always met with, but you don't even know him. Like, what you mean? How you gonna sit up here and say that you don't think he's good for me when you don't even know him? Ladies, what you have to realize is we may not know who he is, but we know what he is. So there's a big difference between the who and the what. Who you are is who you are as an individual, your favorite color, what your hobbies are, your interests. That shit don't matter. What you are is what matters. The nature of man and the nature of woman is that thing that's stagnant, stationary. It does not change. And I don't think that enough women understand the nature of men. So these little girls go out here, start dating with all the, and I'm gonna tell you something. When you date a young girl, and I'm saying, like, if you're like in your late 20s, but she's like 19, 20, I know that's young, right? But younger girls like that, even 21, 22, that haven't been like really jaded, hadn't dated a lot, they love with every sense of their heart, dude. They making sure you happy. They making sure they are there to make sure you are happy. They're not jaded. You're their everything, right? And it's easy to harm that idea that they have of a man when it's not the right guy. Because he can, fuck around. He can treat her like shit. He can completely take advantage of the fact that she's good.
It hurt worse.
Yeah, because they pour their all into it when they're young like that. So I think that it's our duty to make sure that our daughters, boyfriends and potential husbands are vetted properly, because it's a scary thing for you. Like I said, man, my daughter, I'm looking at she's growing. I'm just like, wow, man. And then I'm hearing that, I'm seeing some text messages that my wife showed me talking about dating and shit. And I'm like, oh, whoa, no. I told my daughter, I looked at her. I said, listen here, sweetheart. There ain't no man that you need in your life besides your daddy right now. Right now, I'm the man that's going to provide for you. I'm the man that got your best interests at heart. And the thing is, sweetheart, you are listening to your friends who don't know nothing about how boys move.
Or about life at all, for that matter.
Nothing. You don't know nothing about nothing. Just stay a kid. And in fact, I understand that the best way to raise your kids is to raise they fucking friends. If you can, because their friends are a bigger influence on them than the parents are. At some point, you begin to deviate from your parents, and your friends become your tribe. Because at some point they're gonna be cut from the nest, or they're gonna try to leave the nest anyway. And you just hope that the things that you instilled in them, they carry with them in life, and they know how to exercise proper judgment when it comes to people that aren't good for them. So I mean, what's your take on that? And I know I kind of went on a tangent, but
I got you. I'm copying everything you put down. My thing is, when it comes to raising daughters, well, for me, I'm in a slightly different situation as a single parent raising a daughter. I find it my daughter's like the most like me in the sense of she's a creative like me. So we bond on that aspect a lot. Like we're both very sensory sensitive, like how stuff tastes and feeling. Like we're a lot like that. We're very creative. Like we're not like the smartest book smart people. Like you need to explain it to us about 5-6 different ways for us to understand it. But creatively, you know what I'm saying, we're innovative and we figure things out. So we have a lot of common. So I understand how her mind works in a certain aspect, not necessarily as a woman, but what I found to be very effective is I spend a lot of time with my kids, talking with them and having those one-on-one conversations where I be blunt with my children. You know what I mean? Like I ain't never raised them talking about no Easter Bunny, no Santa Claus. Like babies come from a man and a woman having sex. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's where babies come from. And they come from nut sacks. And they go inside a uterus. Et cetera, et cetera. I don't say those words. But, you know, having those one-on-one conversations with them and talking to them and training them up, like the word says, train up a child in the way they should go, and then when they go older, they won't depart from it, which for the most part is pretty true. Yeah. But like you just said, that friends thing, there's a lot of responsibility that falls on parents because a lot of times kids are rebellious simply because they just don't want to be a square. They don't want to be obedient to their parents. You know what I mean? And I've always found it very important to teach my children, listen, you are under my headship. And when you step out of my headship by being disobedient against what I've warned you against, you put yourself in line with danger. And let me tell you the dangers that are out there. There are Satanists who will sacrifice and rape your behind. There are people who will kill you just for the thrill of seeing life leave your body. This world is not a game. You know what I'm saying?
And I say even, and that's why I say it's even dangerous for women, man, because women are highly desired, beautiful, they're highly desired, and then you got predators out here, dude. Mm-hmm. You know, so even when I heard my daughter mention dating, you know, it just struck me in a different way. But I try to do this. This is what I try to do. So my boys, right? My daughters never have to touch a door because my boys have been trained to always open the door for their mother and their sisters. Mm-hmm. Now, here's what's crazy. Here's how crazy society is, right? I tell people that, and they go, wow, yeah, you're raising gentlemen. Nice. That. Then, on the other hand, I go, but you know what I have my daughters do? And I actually heard this from I think the chick was from Chile or Colombia or something like that. She was talking about a household and what they used to do. So she said that she used to, you know, they used to serve their brothers, their brothers and their father, their meals, mm-hmm. you know, and then they would wash the dishes and stuff like that. So I was like, wow, is this the contribution that's made to make these type of women more homely, more in the house, make them more, I don't want to say submissive because, you know, that triggers people, but make them more amicable to men, you know? So I said, okay, well, I'm going to have my sons do this for their mother and their sisters, but I have my daughters, when the food is done, the boys sit down and my daughters hand them their food. And then I and my wife hand my daughters their food. So it's but here's what's funny about that. When I say that part, it's met with contention. Oh. And I go. It just bothers me because it's like, okay, so, and this goes into like the whole gender role shit, but it's like, why is it always a benefit or a good thing when you see what a man is doing for a woman? But when we see what a woman is doing for a man, it's always met with like some sort of, oh, that's like slavery. That like, and it's like, damn, are men not deserving of something in return? If I'm a man and I'm opening the door for you, I'm being considerate. I'm not saying that you're incapable, but I'm being considerate of you as a woman. When we walk in the street, I make sure my wife, if a car is this coming in this direction, I put my wife on this side. If you watch me cross the street with my wife and my kids, you will see that I put myself in the danger and I make sure they're on the opposite end of it. I'm always considerate of my woman and my kids. Am I, as a man, not deserving to have my fucking plate handed to me? Like,
I think you bring up a really good point. You hit the nail on the head when you said, anytime it's about what men can do for women, it's like,
it's praised.
But when it's about what a woman can do for a man, it's kind of seen as like a negative thing. It's like, well, we're supposed to be here to serve each other. You know what I mean? We're supposed to be here to cooperate. Oh, this is what Mr. Allen, shout out to Allen's Carpentry. Yeah. Shout out Billionaire B Investments. I was with Mr. Allen earlier this week, and he was like, a man don't want a woman who can't cooperate with him. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you get these uncooperative women who they don't want to do nothing. They just want the man to take care of them. They want the man to do everything. They want him to provide, cook, clean, do everything, and then they barely be wanting to give up the draws half the time. He was like, oh no, it can't go that way. You want me to do every damn thing for you, and you still can't do, you know what I'm saying, these couple of things I need? Like, no. I remember, I'm not trying to like bash nobody, but like when I was married, you know what I mean? There was times, plenty of times, too many damn times, I would come home and the house would be dirty, you know what I'm saying? And there's no food that has even been started cooking yet. After I've been gone for 12 hours, you know what I mean? I'm up 5:30 in the morning at PT formation at 6, getting home at 6 to a dirty house with no food prepared after dealing with army people all day. After dealing with an army, after being talked to like a little boy, after being embarrassed, you know what I mean? Like, now I come home
and you gotta fight. You gotta hold
I gotta start cleaning up the house myself, and then she get mad because I'm cleaning up the house. Start snatching stuff out my hand, like, nah, I got it. Like, look, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's you fighting a tough battle as a man anytime you don't have cooperation. It don't matter what side of your life is coming from. Anytime you got people who not trying to cooperate with you and help you and make your life a little bit easier, it's going to be tough. And that's why I think it's important. I think it's a pretty cool thing how you teach your kids to serve each other. Right. Now, me, as a mother, dad, you know what I mean? Like, my kids see me cooking, you know what I mean? Like, we clean together. I feel like we all should be doing, at least be capable of doing everything. Now, when we get with somebody who we love, you know what I'm saying, we should use our abilities to make each other's lives easier.
That's the whole point of me doing the whole routine that I have my kids doing. Because really what I'm doing is, and I know people, they turn this word into a bad word. I'm grooming my children I'm grooming my boys on how to treat a young lady, and I'm grooming my daughters on how to treat a man. Because when I am not there with them and they're married and in their own spaces, I don't want my daughter or my kids or my sons to be acting in a manner in which the person that they're with goes, damn, did nobody taught you how to do this shit? Like, I have to teach you how to be a woman, or I have to show you how to be a man. Like, so, you know, it's like, how do we raise our daughters? Do we raise them to be independent of a man and over, you're a princess and see, here's the thing. I'll tell my daughters, you're a princess and all that to me, but to the world, they don't give a fuck about you. You ain't no princess. Don't go out here with the idea, because I see so many women that have this idea that they the shit in this, and they become narcissistic and solipsistic. You know, they're very self-centered, and they don't even. Word you said? Solipsistic. It's very self-centered. It's you know, they don't. It's almost like they're not even considerate of what they offer or bring to somebody else, or how that other person even views them. because they're so wrapped up in their own shit. It's like you see these street interviews. What do you bring to the table? I am the table. It's like, okay, that's cute to say, but not for real. You know, but it's funny to me how a man's job is always stationary. Like, I have to pay the bills. I have to make sure that mortgage is paid. I have to make sure we have a roof over our head. I have to make sure that shit is functioning properly. I have to make sure that those things, I have to make sure everybody's protected. I've got guns galore. I have to make sure that everything is going in a way that we stay functioning. But it's funny how, and I'm not talking about my life personally, but it's funny how a lot of women's duties are very flexible. Because if I go, I don't feel like paying the fucking mortgage. I got a headache. I'm not paying the mortgage. I'm not paying the mortgage. I got a headache this month. Fuck that mortgage. They got the option to be able to do that. We can't get down like that, so. But yeah. But yeah, man, we already an hour and 10 minutes in. Damn near.
10 already?
Yeah, so.
We've been in here, bruh.
Yeah, man. But yo, this has been a very good segment, man. I think we're gonna close it out here. So yeah, we got more topics coming.
Like and subscribe.
Yes,
RPG TV.
yes, RPG TV, man. Get us in the algorithm.
Leave some comments, please.
Like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends, man. We here to stay, man. We just trying to bring on better production quality. We trying to bring on great topics. And I had a female panelist who was supposed to be on tonight, but she got caught up. She was out of town, so hey, it is what it is. But the show must go on. So yeah, guys.
All of a sudden.
Yeah, all of a sudden. But yeah, guys, man. This has been RPG TV with your boy B-Rex. So yeah, until next time, guys.
I give you big vibes like I'm supposed to. I nail you down to the cross, bet you don't move. I pin you down to the